Foul.
EA
I got my
Sports.
BGD.
I changed my name to GOTG.
Huh?
I changed my name.
Yeah. Whatever you want. There's nothing stupid. For fun following you. Yeah, there's something you put.
What do you mean Madden?
I suck at Madden, guys, but I create content. I got my doodoo. This ain't even charging, homie. Find me my cord.
Let me add a description.
Can you find me a cord? Never mind, I'll find it myself.
Still more content. Madden content. Maybe a little.
Oh, stop.
Why can I not click on the video?
Do it now.
I can't. My shit won't let me go. I also had
Did you win? That's diabolical. 24-0.
beat me. Julian had to pick off my placement and accuracy passing.
You can't use it anyway, so.
I play better with it.
No, you definitely don't. Maybe you might, maybe you won't.
Yo, bro. This is slaps, rules. Taste it.
No, I've had enough. No.
You know,
No, I don't.
and you said you wanted to taste it. You sure?
Hey, bro. I am ready when you are. Yep, go ahead. When do you want to play?
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set. Go check, hey smash.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. You look at this Colt defense. This crew against the pass, issues at times, ranked number 24, Charles, in the NFL.
They absolutely have to avoid the penalties, have to walk that line between being aggressive and the ones that get you in trouble. The illegal contact, pass interference calls, they've got to make sure that they don't have those.
To throw now. Here's Love. Got Dobbs over the middle. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. The Packers had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Caught on the right side, Reed.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Love looking to throw it. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, here we go. Go.
They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. And he'll take this down to the 33.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now a 2nd and 6. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
It's been a 7-play opening drive, and this is 3rd and short.
Come on, set. 18 rattler.
Throwing. Love. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And, oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
They go with Jacobs. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
Well, that's what's called being aggressive right there, but I don't know that it's reckless. I think it's much more of a message, hey, defense, I believe in you in case we don't get it, and offense, trying to let them know he believes in them as well.
I like it. Your first drive of the game in plus territory, be aggressive. On the ground, here's Watson. And he's brought down, but not before a gain of 13, down to the 13. 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction, and when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Second and 9. Switching things up, they'll throw it now with Jordan Love. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
The kick by McManus is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
A first carry from a collegiate star here in Wisconsin. It's Jonathan Taylor. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And you look at this Packers defense. They enter play 1 from the bottom. Number 31 in the league, Charles, against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. That complete to Downs. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
He's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. 2nd down now.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
From the 38 now, here comes 2nd and 8. Here's Richardson to throw. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And Pittman going to have a Colts first down as he's up to the 47. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And Michael Pittman had another strong campaign in Indianapolis last season. They saw him set career highs in receptions with 109 and over 1,100 yards. He's extremely valuable to this offense, and they really want to pair him with their young quarterback, Anthony Richardson, and management recognized that by giving him a new contract.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Richardson looking to throw. That is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected that it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
2nd down and 8. Now Richardson. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
I am willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man coverage was so committed to denying a big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he
takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor, his first touchdown of the new season, and the Colts have taken the lead.
And the thing you have to love about Jonathan Taylor, he's a shifty speed guy most of the time when you hand him the football, but he's not coming off the field when you get down near the goal line because he's as tough and gritty as they come. And he finishes things off here by getting into the end zone.
After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And Ballantyne going to sit on this one. That'll be a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Love now. He finds his man complete. It's Jacobs. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Check smash. Check 19 tight. 19 tight. 79 Broncos.
Love from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. At 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Here we go, Shaq.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Ready.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Ready. Go.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Love. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Richardson to throw off play action. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now a give to Taylor. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third down and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Now it's Richardson. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 60 yards, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They trail now 14-3, an 11-point deficit as they start things out with a 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Warriors 70. Mustang 19. Trap 60. Trap 60. Get up.
Love. Completes it again to Dobbs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 15 there, and the Packers have a 1st.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
That one caught downfield by Watson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Ready up.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun. Love. And complete once again to Watson. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Christian Watson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point from McManus is good, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And they can't bring him down. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Richardson. And this taken in by Downs. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for second down.
Here we go, set.
Richardson working from the gun. Packer pressure, and down he goes. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. 3rd and 8. Now Richardson back to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Richardson hit it, he fumbles it. And the Packers pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
You can admire his willingness to sacrifice his body to try and pick up the first down, and I do. But let's face it, you know his coaches are going to warn him about diving or extending for a marker for this exact reason. So much easier to have the ball knocked free when you're extended like that. So if you're going to dive, you got to make sure you secure the football, which he didn't.
They got the fumble recovery. Now here's Love to pass. That's to Kraft, the tight end. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. He hit his first, this one from 40 yards out. The kick by McManus is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Let's go.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football. Sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Richardson looking to throw this. And that is incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. Taking it about the 16. Fighting through. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. In motion goes the tight end. Second down, Jacobs once more. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. Fourth down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 31, Richardson. Buying time to his left. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
First and 10, Taylor now. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Richardson under pressure, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's third down.
Like how they've started the third quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their second win coming out of the locker room. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the second time. And good coverage there by the punt team. They're able to get down there and drop him with authority. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Tackle made by Zaire Franklin.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
To throw now. Here's Love. Short throw. He's got Kraft. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Packer first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Let's go.
Now a handoff. Taylor with it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 54 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
A vintage run there because when the chains move with him, they move quickly. No secret that Taylor's one of the most electric playmakers in the league whenever he's on the field. Always a threat to go the distance.
It's a jet sweep. This is Pittman. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Lambeau. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. The offense on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun, Richardson. Touchdown! Mo Alley-Cox from 6 yards away. And the Colts are able to build on to their 4th quarter lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
2nd and 10.
19 tight. 19 tight. Ready.
Throwing. Love. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. It's a gain of 35.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
79 Broncos. 18 Pioneer. Hut, hut.
Love looking to throw it. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
Some coaches like to take the shorter, more reliable yardage, and some, they like to go for the big shot. No fear in risking a deep ball there, but it wasn't enough to get them the completion.
Now it's 2nd and 10.
Let's go now. Take go.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Short throw, he's got Kraft. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a 1st down.
Sack.
They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Escaping the pressure right. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Christian Watson, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Packers have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Eric Wilson able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has now received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. This pass left side to Downs. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Indianapolis moving the chains there on a gain of 12.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
Let's go. 19 Tiger.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Wilson. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
He'd been having a good day so far, but I think he got a little overzealous on that one. Still young in this league. Has to learn to try not to do too much on an individual play because, as we all know, sometimes less is more. And throwing away is preferable to making the big mistake.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Jacobs going to try the middle to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
On play action, Love to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Quay Walker came through to make the sack. It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Richardson. That complete to Downs. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's Richardson. Flush to his right. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it prior to what will be an important fourth down.
He certainly had plenty of success running the ball, and right now I'm getting the sense that he's looking to take off and run every time he steps back to throw it.
But they did a nice job there collapsing on him and holding him to a short gain. Fourth down, desperation time. Here's Richardson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early.
And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here late in a tight game. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on first down. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Colts will use their third and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Now Love. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he has a Packer first down, and that should be the one that finishes the script. It's a gain of 4, and that should just about seal the deal. Down to a knee goes Love, and that should be the final act of this football game. We all just got a heck of a show, partner. This was a close game for a long time. Close at half, close down the stretch. Home team finds a way to get it done, a narrow victory.
Yeah, they finished with a flourish, didn't they? Because there were times where each side looked like they were the better team out there, and the outcome was in doubt for much of this game. Every snap seemingly more important than the previous one. Great effort from the guys visiting, but in the end, how about those guys in their home